After using Facebook and Instagram ads to connect over 300,000 people to over 1,000 churches, including Transformation Church, Life.Church, and Saddleback, here are the best video ad strategies that you can use to get new visitors consistently from Facebook and Instagram ads into your church front doors. Now, stay till the end of this video because I'm going to give you the exact video ad scripts and example videos that we are giving to our clients that are working with us so we can help them run these ads. My name is Brady Sticker and I'm the founder of ChurchCandy, and we're on a mission to connect 1 million people to a local church. If you like learning things like this, be sure to subscribe on YouTube or follow us wherever you're listening to the podcast so you never miss another episode. Now, the foundation for these ads is using them to get people to take action. Too many times I see churches waste money on ads because they're just boosting posts, hoping that someone sees the ad and that draws them into their church. Well, what we have found that works better is use ads that get people to take action. See, these are specifically for meta ads on Instagram and Facebook, not organic posts or reels. A problem that I consistently see churches make is they will put out an ad on Facebook or Instagram and they boost it and they're inviting their city to church and they're just hoping and praying that people show up. Well, here is the issue. People see it, they consider going, but then by the time Sunday comes around, they forget about it and life happens. Well, here is the solution: is you want to get people to take action immediately so that you can connect with them throughout the week and get them excited about going to church on Sunday. Here's an example. So you could end the videos that you run with a call to action that says, I know visiting a church where you don't know anyone can feel intimidating, and that's why if you tap below this video, plan a visit, we'll reach out and connect with you before Sunday, answer any questions that you have, and make sure that the whole family feels welcomed whenever you arrive. So tap below to plan your visit. We'll see you on Sunday. This call to action will get someone to take a next step immediately rather than waiting until Sunday rolls around. This is called direct response lead generation, and businesses use it all the time in their marketing, and I believe that churches should do it too. So you do this and you'll still have people that show up because they saw the ads and they didn't necessarily plan a visit, and a percent of those people that plan a visit are going to show up too because you follow up with them and get connected before Sunday. Now, before we jump into this video ad strategy, you need to understand how cost per lead works. So here's what that means: is each family that plans a visit, that is a lead. That is a name, email, phone number, someone that you get a notification sent to your phone saying that they are interested in coming to your church. And how you figure out cost per lead is you take how much you spend on ads and divide it by how many leads you get. So let's say you spend $100 on ads. If you get 7 families to plan a visit, and that means that you get 7 leads at a cost of $14.29 each. Now, the goal with these video ads is to get your cost per lead as low as possible. When we started using these video ads, we started with some churches that were really struggling to get a good cost per lead. I'm going to jump into a slide deck and show you exactly what we're seeing. But before I do that, I want to let you know about something special we're doing. If you did want us to set this up for you, maybe your church isn't running ads right now, or maybe you're running ads, but it's like through another company. I would love to set this up for you, and we will actually pay for your first month of ads. Like, we will donate $500 to your church. We're actually giving away $50,000 to churches that want to start running ads. You just have to sign up before the end of September. So just get started with ChurchCandy before September 30th. And for the first 100 clients that sign up in September, we will donate $500 to your church to help cover the cost of the first month of running ads. So you should go to churchcandy.com, schedule a call with our team, and if it's a good fit, we'd love to help you with that. Let's take a look at this client, Grace Hills Community Church. So before we started running this video ad strategy back in June, they spent $512, and their results were not good at all. They only had 3 families plan a visit, and so their cost per lead was $170 a piece. Obviously, huge red flag. My team and I had already started to optimize it throughout that season, and in July, just the July 1st through the 25th, they spent $397, so just under $400, and we definitely saw results improve, but it's still nowhere near where it needed to be or the averages for churches we work with. So in that time frame, they had 8 families plan a visit, so they had 8 PYV leads for $49 a piece. So their cost per lead dropped from $170 down to $49, which is good, but it's not great. And so it was at this time on July 26th, we started running the new video ad strategy. And just in that short amount of time, they saw 8 families plan a visit for $19 a piece. So their cost per lead went from $170 to $49, all the way down to $19. And that's after only spending $154 on ads. So they put $154 into ads and got 8 families out of it planning a visit. All in all, that is an 88.7% decrease in cost per lead and a 786% increase in lead volume per dollar spent. Let's take a look at Unlimited Church. Now in July, Unlimited Church spent $403 on ads. This was before we started running the new video ad strategy. And in that season, they had 6 families plan a visit for $67 a piece. So their cost per lead was $67 out of those 6 PYV leads they got. And so far in the month of August, they've only spent $59, but they've already had 5 families plan a visit for $11 a piece. So going from $67 all the way down to $11, they got an 82.4% decrease in cost per lead, a 468% increase in lead volume per dollar spent. So incredible improvement just by switching to a new video ad strategy we're going to show you here. And Connect Church in Plano. This church was already getting amazing results, but we decided let's try the new video ad strategy for them too. So it doesn't just take poor results and make them better. This can take good results and make them great as well. So in July, they average a $10 cost per lead. So whenever they put $10 into ads, they got a family to plan a visit out of it. Well, already in August, since we started running this new ad strategy, their cost per lead dropped all the way down to $5. So that's a 50% decrease in cost per lead and a 100% increase in lead volume per dollar spent. Now, without further ado, let's jump in to the actual video ads and how it works. The first thing that we're doing and what we're asking clients to do is film a video with 3 intros. The reason why you want to have 3 intros is because we're able to split test the ads and see which one works best. If you've heard of an A/B test, this is an A/B/C test because we're split testing 3 different video variations. So the intro is your hook, and now your hook is the most important part of the video because it's going to get someone to stop scrolling. Here are 3 intro examples that I recommend using. One that references location, one that references faith in general, and then one that references community. Now, for example, you could say for location, do you live in the Conroe area? Are you looking for a church in the Conroe area? We would love to invite you to Vibrant Church. That's an example of a location-based one. A faith-based one is, hey, are you looking to grow your relationship with God in this season? Hey, if you live in the Conroe area, we'd love to invite you to Vibrant Church. And the community would be, hey, doing life alone is no fun. If you live in the Conroe area, we would love to connect with you because at Vibrant, we are all about community, right? So those are 3 different intros. And what you notice whenever I read those examples, I still mentioned the name of the city. It's important to always mention the name of the city because whenever you do this, you are letting a mental trigger go off in the people's brains to know that, oh, this is local to me. He said Conroe, I live in Conroe. And so record a video with 3 different intros, and then the rest of the video is going to be the exact same throughout each of the 3 videos. So you might be wondering, okay, well, what do we actually talk about in the videos? Now, remember, I'm going to give you a full script to make it your own at the end of this, but basically what you want to talk about is mission, kids, and location. So talk about mission. What's unique about your church? What's your mission statement? What are you guys all about? Kids, you want to mention kids ministry. If you want to get families into your church, you have to talk about kids ministry. I like to talk about how it's safe and fun. And then location, you want to give a general location of where your church is. You don't want to just say, we're located at 137-3 Timberlock Drive. No, like no one is gonna just like memorize the address. You wanna say, oh, we are right down the street from the movie theater in town, or we're right across the street from the mall, or we're right in the heart of the Woodlands. Like you wanna say something that will let people know, oh, I know exactly where they are located. Next is a strong call to action. Now, you guys know I love the plan your visit call to action. It's a great next step. This is something that I think every church should keep in mind, because recently I was looking for a new gym. I wanted to get in better shape, and my sister was telling me about CrossFit, and she really thinks that it would be something that I would enjoy. But her CrossFit gym is like super far away from where I live. So I found one close to me, and I'm looking on their Instagram and their website, and I'm thinking, man, I would love to go to this CrossFit gym, but I don't know anyone. I'm not like in the best shape of my life anymore. So like, I might be embarrassed if I'm not able to like keep up and not in the same level as everyone else. And like, I don't want to embarrass myself. Like, I really wish I just knew someone there that I could go with. And then I immediately thought, oh my goodness, this is what new families, new guests feel like before they go to church. They're maybe ashamed of their past. They feel like they're not on the same spiritual level as everyone else in there. They would feel more comfortable going if they knew someone that also goes to that church. So that's why I think churches should say in their ads on your website, hey, I know it's intimidating visiting a church where you don't know anyone, so we want to connect before you ever step foot into our church. If you plan a visit, we'll reach out and connect before Sunday. That is going to get you more people to plan a visit than offering a free gift or just saying, we're going to roll out the red carpet or VIP, give you the VIP treatment if you plan a visit. So you want to give a why and a what. The why is, I know visiting a church where you don't know anyone can feel intimidating, and that's why if you tap below this video and plan a visit, we'll reach out and connect before Sunday, answer any questions you have, and make sure the whole family feels welcomed when you arrive. So that's the why. And then the what would be tap below to plan your visit, and we'll see you on Sunday. Here's the caveat. If you say that, you have to actually do it. You have to actually follow up with them. You have to actually get on the phone with them, shoot them a text, and mission over method whenever it comes to like what works best here. I've seen it, different things work for different churches. Here's an example that I want to show you from Ramp Church. So Ramp Church in Fort Worth, and their pastor Evan sent me this. And so basically she's posting on Facebook saying that, I remember when I found Ramp Church online, I filled out an information form, and the pastor personally sent me a video inviting me to service. That was the first thing that made me want to go visit. Then Sunday came, and I wanted to sleep in so bad, but the pastor called me the day before and I said I would be there, so I got up. So here's some things here. That pastor took time, Pastor Evan, to personally send a video where he said, hey, Ava, my name's Pastor Evan. I saw you plan a visit to Ramp Church. We can't wait to meet you. Let us know any questions. We're praying for you, and we'll see you Sunday. So with that increased the likelihood of her actually showing up, because she just felt welcomed. Like she said, the pastor personally sent me a video inviting me to service. That's the first thing that made me want to go. And then Sunday came around, and I wanted to sleep in so bad, but the pastor called me the day before, and I said I would be there, so I got up. Here's the thing, guys. If I planned to visit to a CrossFit gym, and I talked to the trainer beforehand, and they made me feel welcomed, and they called me the day before, and I said I was going to be there, guess what? I'm going to be a man of my word, and I'm going to show up to that freaking gym, because they're keeping me accountable by calling me and saying, hey, Brady, are you going to go? Right? And so this is what you're doing, is you're keeping people accountable to where it's like, hey, Ava, you said you're going to come. Are you still coming on Sunday? And that is going to increase the number of people that actually plan a visit. And so like, it's all great to say, hey, click below to plan a visit and we'll see you there. But that doesn't mean anything if you're not actually going to take time and intentionally follow up with people. And you can't just send an email and one text. Like, no, if they don't answer, double text them. It is okay. Give them a call. And here's the thing about phone calls. Sometimes you have to call like 3 times before it actually goes through. I don't know about you guys, my phone stays on Do Not Disturb, right? But if you call like 2 or 3 times, it actually gets through and people will answer the phone then. So once you actually record the video, you invite people to plan a visit, and you got to make sure you actually follow up with them after they plan a visit. Then it's important to get some B-roll video. Now we'll talk more about B-roll at the end of this here, because I've got some examples I want to show you. But here, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see some examples of the B-roll video I've got. So here's me just checking out the kids' space. You see the kids team there. I've got a video of us just walking into the front doors. You see the greeters there smiling. This was all recorded on my iPhone, by the way, nothing crazy. Some footage of the band. This is a bass player, one of my good friends, Jason, here, rocking out on the bass. Get some footage of the pastor preaching, people engaging during worship. You just want to show the life of the church. Now, here's some things to keep in mind. You want to make sure the videos are vertical. All in all, you want the final video script, everything you say, try to keep it under 60 seconds. And then on top of that, you want to have captions. Now, if you're watching this and you are a client of ChurchCandy, we will do all the editing for you. You give us the B-roll, you give us the 3 intros, you give us the main invite. We will edit all of that for you. We'll make the variations. You don't have to worry about it. But if you're editing it yourself, here's an example of what one would look like. Are you looking for a church in the Montgomery area? I want to invite you to join us at Vibrant Church in Montgomery at 10 a.m. every single Sunday. Vibrant is a place where you can belong before you believe, and every Sunday you'll find uplifting worship, a practical message, and a community that feels like family. We've also got an amazing kids ministry that's safe, clean, and so much fun. Your kids are going to be asking to come back. If you're nervous about visiting a church where you don't know anyone, you can plan your visit below and we'll reach out before Sunday, show you around when you arrive, and make sure the whole family feels welcome. You can plan your visit below or on our website, and we'll see you soon. It's as simple as that. You'll notice the location-based hook. I talked about family, I talked about our mission, I talked about where we're located, and then the call to action, I gave the why and the what. I give the why of if you're feeling nervous, intimidated about visiting a church, we'd love for you to plan a visit because we will follow up and connect before Sunday. And then the what is telling them to actually plan a visit below, and then we'll see them Sunday. Now, here's what makes this video ad strategy so fruitful is it creates this framework where you're able to test which ads work best, which hooks are working best. Are you seeing more faith hooks work better? Are you seeing more location-based intros work best? Are you seeing more community? And this is where, when you're recording intros, you can make it really unique and pray about, like, all right, God, what are some different felt needs, some issues that people in my city are going through that we can then use in our video ads to let people know, like, hey, Jesus is the solution for that, and you can get connected to Jesus here at our church. So you're able to test that and see what's working the best. Now, from there, what me and my team are doing is testing it, seeing which one works the best, then scaling it and doubling down on the ads that are working the best. And that's where the scale comes in. You can start to spend more money on intros and ads that work the best and then repeat. You can record more videos if you know, okay, the faith-based hooks are dramatically outperforming the other ones, so let's record more of those. And so what my team and I are doing is we're telling the churches we're working with, hey, go record more intros like this one. This one you did is outperforming the other, so go record 3 other variations that are a little bit different but kind of the same. And you don't even have to re-record the rest of the video. Maybe just wear the same shirt or record it in the same place that you were at. Now you just have to re-record intros and you don't have to do all the other stuff. And so that is really the overview of the strategy. Now let's go ahead and actually jump into the video scripts and the B-roll examples. You can go to churchcandy.com/video scripts, and that will take you here. So you see here, we've got the different felt need hooks, the different intros. I've got a location-based one, I've got a faith-based one, and a community-based one. And then I also, one that's working well for some of our churches is one that's talking about family or kids. Hey, city name, area, want to raise your kids with strong biblical values, but feel like culture's working against you. It's a great hook, especially in the time and day that we are living in. The body talks about, I want to invite you to join us here this time. Talked about the mission. Kids are going to be asking to come back. Also here, there is location reference. So for example, you want to maybe say, we're located right across the street from the Woodlands Mall. And then you go to the call to action. So saying if you're nervous about visiting a church, we don't know anyone, right? So this is working really, really well for the churches that we're running ads for. If you go to churchcandy.com/b-roll, so churchcandy.com/b-roll, you will be able to see the shot list as well as the B-roll examples. Let's go and check that out now. Here is the B-roll examples. Now I go into a lot of detail here in the shot list. So for the format, obviously, so you can give this to a teenager on your team and they can use it. Vertical video, so you want to record like this, not like this. And then I recommend 1080p at 30 frames a second and turn off HDR. This is huge. If you've ever seen a video on social media and it's like way overexposed or just looks different, typically it's because HDR is on. And HDR is great if you're doing like cinematography things and some of this high-end stuff, but guys, we're running Facebook ads for a local church. You don't need it. It does not make a difference for what we're doing. Turn it off. And so to do that, go into the settings. You want to go to camera, record video, and then on HDR video, you want to turn that off. Now, optional, here's a little hack. My wife says cinematic mode on video is cringe. I don't think so if you do it right. If you go to cinematic mode when you're recording the video, if you set the what is this? The f-stop, whatever the F one is. This is how much I don't know about the cinematic, right? It's the depth. But if you set it to at least 8, somewhere between 8 and 11, and then adjust the exposure to whatever looks right, you can get some really good video quality that almost looks like you recorded it on a DSLR. You don't have to use that if you don't want, but there's a little hack for you. Now, as far as the clips go, I recommend each clip being 10 to 20 seconds long. What we're recommending for our clients to do is send us 3 to 5 clips per category. Here's the categories down here. Avoid zooming in or shaking camera movement. Instead of zooming, just hold it still, right? And then don't feel like you have to worry about the audio or it's too loud in there because typically it's going to be muted anyways. Now, here are the different categories. We've got parking lot and lobby, so you can come and check these out in here. So here's the lobby, some guys meeting there, some people talking here. The greeter opening the door, it's a classic. So parking lot, lobby, kids ministry. Now be mindful. I'm not a lawyer, it's not legal advice, but want to make sure you have permission from parents if you're going to be using videos of minors. So I've got some example of kids. The kids I used was my son, and so there's my son. Just doing a video for the social media stuff. Thank you. And then the other kid in the background was one of our best friend's kids. They didn't mind. We've also got the worship team preaching, an announcement, someone talking from the stage. And then these instructions, this is for clients that we work with. We say to upload it to the Google Drive app in your assigned folder and then organize the clips in the following categories. That's just to make it for video editors easy to get their ads together. So I hope this episode got you a lot of value. Again, we are giving $500 to every church that signs up for ChurchCandy in the month of September. And so that's great because we're literally paying for your ads for your first month. We've never done that before, but I'm really believing for God to use that to just reach thousands of people. So excited about that. Thank you so much for watching. That's going to do it for this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.